Hi Trailblazers. You need to get out your Chapter 4 Lesson 1 notes. We're going to finish those up today. While you're getting those out, I want to talk just a little bit about your quiz. You have a quiz over Chapter 4 Lesson 1 on Friday in Science. If you'll go to my Blackboard site, Genetics and DNA, here is an excellent review game, Chapter 4 Lesson 1 review game. It's a really good review game to prepare for that quiz on Friday. You may have to play a couple of times in order to really get the best benefit. Sugar. All right, so keep that up. All right, now that you have your notes out, you should have, this is where we left off. It's the top of page 4. So what you have here on this diagram is a picture of the cell. So this is the cell membrane. And then within that cell you have a nucleus. Inside the nucleus you have chromosomes. Now our normal cells have 46 chromosomes. The only cells that don't have 46 chromosomes are red blood cells because they don't have any DNA, and our gametes, the sperm and the egg, have 23 chromosomes. So then if you unravel this chromosome, this is the double helix. This is the DNA molecule. Chromosomes are made of DNA and proteins. And then if you have just a section, like this little section of the DNA strand, then that would be a gene or a gene sequence. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Genes are similar characteristics in an organism or segments of DNA which determine physical characteristics. All right, the answer is thumbs down, segments of DNA. All right, so just a reminder that proteins are made by ribosomes. Genes are a specific piece of DNA. Genes control which proteins are made, and proteins determine the trait. So the trait could be how tall you will grow, color eyes you have, whether your hair is curly or straight. There are a lot of traits that are determined by your DNA. Take a moment and fill those in. Okay. One of the key ideas from your book is listed here. The order of the nitrogen bases along a gene forms a genetic code that specifies what type of protein will be produced. Now this is redundant. We've already said this, but I wanted to put it in the same words that your book does so that you have it in your notes. So then those proteins determine your traits. Quick question. Proteins, thumbs up. Are a group of similar cells working together to perform a specific job? Thumbs down are controlled by DNA and determine your traits. The answer is thumbs down. This one is a tissue. This is a protein. All right, so here's just a little analogy for you. The DNA or the genes are like the blueprints or the instructions to a house. This is a set of blueprints for a house. So if the DNA or the genes are the blueprints, then the proteins would be like the workers. They're the construction crew, building and making what the blueprints say to build or make. All right, the steps of DNA replication. So DNA replication, this is a vocabulary word from your book. It's the process in which an identical copy of a DNA strand is formed for a new cell. Step 1, the DNA unzips, so it actually separates. Step 2, the nitrogen bases in the cell nucleus pair up with their complementary bases on the DNA halves. So now that you've got your DNA split, on this side you just have like a lonely little adenine and a lonely little cytosine, so their partners need to come in and match up. Same thing's going on over here. So you might have a lonely little thymine and a lonely little guanine. And so from the nucleus come new nitrogen bases that are going to come in and pair up with their partners so that now you've got complete strands of DNA. That's stage 3 or step 3, which is 2 identical DNA molecules are formed. So now they've split and then new nitrogen bases have attached and you've got 2 identical DNA strands. A daughter cell is a cell that results, these are the cells that result from DNA replication. And here's a key idea from your book that I wanted you to have in your notes. It says, because of the way the nitrogen bases pair up, the order of the bases in each new DNA strand exactly matches the order in the original DNA strand. So they're exact copies. Okay, a trait is a specific characteristic, eye color, hair color, that an organism can pass to its offspring through its genes. And traits like eye color are determined by proteins. All right, guys, remember that your quiz over Chapter 4, Lesson 1 is on Friday. You also have a math quiz that day, and I think you have a link quiz that day as well. So you do not want to put off studying for these quizzes. Go and play that review game on Blackboard so that you are prepared for this Friday's quiz. Thanks.